fractional ownership. Nah, ini adalah satu game changing yang sudah dilakukan oleh Dubai. Kalau kita lihat sekarang kan harga properti semakin lama semakin mahal, ya. Sebut saja ada rumah 5 miliar, 6 miliar, 10 miliar, 15 miliar. Nah, tapi dengan adanya tokenisasi, ya, dengan adanya blockchain teknologi, rumah tersebut bisa dibeli oleh mungkin puluhan sampai ratusan orang yang berbeda. Nanti ketika dapat return itu bisa dibagi rata dengan para owner yang memiliki token tersebut. Lambat atau cepat, ketika adaptasi blockchain sudah dilakukan oleh beberapa negara-negara yang mungkin one step ahead dari Indonesia, maka kita sebagai emerging country itu pasti akan mengikuti jejak yang sama.
Myself, Praveen Sharma, I'm a founder of Meteora in Mysore. Meteora, basically we do the real estate development, and Mysore is an amazing platform which we really recently acquired the Mysore. It's a DIFC-based registered company regulated by the DFSA. Mysore allow everyone to be a part owner of the Dubai real estate prime properties with just 500 dirham. Be a part owner of a Dubai real estate.
Wow.
So we acquire the property for you. We identify the property for you. Let's say we identifying the property in Marina or Palm or Burj Khalifa even.
Yeah. Wow.
And then you just invest 500 dirham in this property, and you get a share of the property. You become the fractional owner of the property. So once you are the fractional owner of the property, you'll start getting the rental income on that property. And also, when the property is appreciated, we sell the property, you get the profit also. The best thing, your investment is always secured. Why? Because one, your investment is directly backed by the real estate, where you are investing in the real estate. Second, the company is registered with the DIFC and DFSA regulated, which we all know it's one of the best regulated authority in the world.
So Crypto Blocks is a way for investors to get into the real estate market without having to have the funds to purchase an entire property. So we source properties in the market, we break them down into little blocks, and then we sell those blocks on to people. Now, if you own 10% of a property, you get 10% of the returns. So you can get the returns of real estate without having to have all the funds up front.
Compare it to a timeshare, for example. So how does it differ to what a timeshare is?
So timeshares where you invest in a property and you can go and see it. So in the UK, obviously it was very common to have timeshares in Spain. You would head over and you would spend a bit of time over there. The way that we do this is you don't actually stay in that property. This is purely for investment purposes. So these are people that just want to see that return. So it's just a way, instead of putting your money in the bank and seeing interest come through, putting in stocks and shares, you can put it in real estate. And we all know that real estate is historically one of the best performing assets.
What then happens is we open what's called an SPV. This is a new company registered in DIFC. And this company owns that property. So they are on the title deed. Now you, along with the 200 plus shareholders, investors in that property, you become a shareholder of that company. What this does is it protects the investor's money. So it ring fences all the money separately from stakes. So it's a separate entity registered in Dubai International Financial Centre, and that owns the real estate. What we then do is, as soon as that is done, separate bank accounts are opened. We then decide short term or long term. We get the tenants in, we manage that whole process, and then we start paying you into your wallet.
So basically, it's owned via a company where the person investing becomes a shareholder and indirectly owns that asset.
Literally that. So if you go on the DIFC directory, you would see your name in some of the companies. So it's very transparent.
What about exiting the property? As in, if someone wants to exit, how does that work?
We have these things called exit windows. Exit windows happen twice a year. And what we do is we at Stake, we go and revalue all of our properties in our portfolio. And we will tell you, this is the price of your share in this property. You can then see the capital appreciation you've gained, and if you want to and you feel like it's the right time, you can exit the investment. Now how that works is we have our exit windows, and this is where you can then trade in and out of your shares. So let's say you've had 20% appreciation on your initial share price, and you've said, you know what, I really want to use that money. Maybe I'm ready to buy my own property and I want to use my investment from that. You can sell it onto somebody else. So somebody who's in the Stake app is looking at investment opportunities, wants to buy the shares from you. So we have that trading option there. So that happens twice a year when you can exit. I like to call them like emergency levers, as opposed, they're exit windows and they're there. But ultimately, if you're holding real estate long term, that is when you benefit from the best capital appreciation. But if you need to, twice a year, you can exit the investment.
Exit window. And this happens internally within the members of Stake.
Yes.
Is there some sort of who decides when this property has to be sold?
The whole property?
Yes, the whole property.
So our goal is to hold the real estate long term. And the exit windows, the choice, people to trade in and out of that. So if you want to exit the investment. Now, what we do is, if let's just say we have somebody come along to us and say, we want to buy your 3-bedroom apartment in Marina, this is the offer price we'll give you.
Yeah.
If it's, say, a 25% appreciation on the initial purchase price, what we will do is we will put a vote to all of the shareholders.
Okay.
We will say to all the shareholders, hey, we've had an offer of 25% above what you bought for.
Right.
Would you like to sell?
Okay.
If 51% of the investors want to sell, we will execute the transaction.
Okay.
If 49% want to do it, we won't.
Like how it works for a company, like with shareholders.
Yeah, exactly
Way.
that.
Okay. Off-plan properties, ready properties, what is the kind of properties do you actually invest in?
Yeah, so because we're regulated by the Dubai Financial Services Authority, currently we can only offer Dubai residential properties that are ready. So you can't find off-plan properties on stake. It is only residential within Dubai currently.